members, and welcome. I am AJ Monte, Senior Technical Analyst with StickyTrades, and I want to congratulate you for getting to this point where you're delving into this educational journey that we have set for you. Today, I'm going to be talking about my 4 favorite candle patterns. Here's the quick outline in bullet point format: the hammer candle, the engulfing candle, the spinning top, and the doji. Now, these are patterns that have been around for hundreds of years, first developed by the Japanese rice traders to forecast the markets. And the Japanese were very, more or less, common sense in the way they looked at things. And it was basically, they called it like they saw it. And as you will soon see, especially when I talk about the hammer pattern, you'll see how it actually looks like a hammer or a wooden mallet. So let's get started. First, let's explain what the body of the candle is. A body is the rectangle that encloses a color, and each body has a different shape to it. Again, back 200 years ago, they didn't have computers, they didn't have colored inks. So a candle such as this, although it's colored green now, did not have any color. They just left it as an open rectangle because they had black ink on white rice paper. But a bullish candle such as this has a high price of the day. That's known as the shadow right there. These vertical lines that protrude from the upper portion of the body and the lower portion are known as shadows. I'll get to that in a moment. The high of the day is right there. The low of the day is right there. The color is derived from the difference between the opening and the close. So if the stock opens at the lower end but closes higher than the opening, it will be considered a bullish candle. And that is where we come up with the green, because back in the day, buy tickets were labeled and colored green and sell tickets were red. So we basically color code that. So again, the body is green if the close is higher than the opening. Now the red is going to be the opposite. All right, so the opening and the close are going to be opposite from what we saw in the green. So the opening is going to be at the top of the body, and the lower end of the rectangle or the body is the close of the day. The shadows still represent the high and the low, so nothing changes there. So to repeat, because I love teaching through repetition, the body is red if the close is lower than the opening price. Now, when we get into the candle itself with no shadows, right, we just look at green as the buyers are in control and red, the sellers are in control. Now, that doesn't mean that on a red day, the stock is down on that particular day, or on a green candle, the stock was up on that previous closing price. It just means that the difference between the open and close are different. It gives us that extra signal. Here's where it gets interesting. When you start looking at the length of the body and how it compares to other candles. Look at it this way. The smaller the body, the less motivated that particular trader is. So if we're looking at a green candle and it's a small body green candle, not very motivated. But the very next day, let's say we have a big or longer candle body that, of course, is still green. That's more motivated on the buy side. And when you get these long green candles like that, they get extremely motivated. And you got to watch out when candles start getting very long, because they're most often going to change very quickly and maybe even reverse the trend on that particular candle right after that candle. Opposite, of course, is red. Not very motivated seller. Motivated seller, very motivated seller. Now, they're not going to be stacked side by side like that, understand. I'm just using the comparison to show the length or the height of the body. Now, when we talk about shadows, there's a lot to be said about shadows. The length of the shadow tells us a story in that, let's start off with the green candle, right? The opening price was at the bottom of that rectangle. During the course of the day, whoa, it traded down to the low of the day. And by the close of the day, the buyers pushed back the sellers in a big way and closed it right on the high. So a candle like that tells us that there was a battle between the buyers and the sellers, but the buyers won out. The opposite is true when you see long shadows above. Again, to repeat, on a red candle, the opening price is at the top of the candle. The closing price is lower than the opening price, but during the course of the day, the buyers tried really hard to rally it up. It hit the high, and what happened? The sellers smashed the buyers right back down. So that would be construed as a bearish candle. And when they stack up in different sizes of candles, again, it tells a very powerful story. Now, these are candles that I've ranked more or less in the levels of bullishness and bearishness. I'll get to this in other videos. But the most bullish has no shadows. It's when it opens on the low, closes on a high. That's it. It's called the bullish Marabuzzo. Opposite of that is a bearish Marabuzzo, most bearish. Now, the second most bullish candle is known as a hammer. I'll get to that again to highlight this for you in repetition. That has a long shadow underneath, but it's found at the end of a downward leg. I call this normal bullish because it's most common. You're going to see candles pretty much that same shape, size, and length of shadows. This is neutral right there. I'll get to that. It's known as a spinning top. And this is the least bullish if it's found at the end of an upward leg. The opposite, everything I've said on the bullish side is opposite when you turn that candle red. The least bearish is when that is shown at the bottom of a downward leg. And the least bearish is actually very closely related to the second most bullish. Again, I'll get to that as I show you the trend. Let's talk about the hammer. What is a hammer? It's a long shadow underneath a small body. And that is bullish because during the course of the day, at one point this was all red. The buyers came back, pushed the sellers ahead, closed it right on the high. Again, this is one of my favorites because it is so reliable. Don't take my word for this. Go back and look at any chart. Go look for a hammer candle. Now, when you take that hammer, flip it on its head, turn it upside down, and place it at the end of an upward leg, that is known as the shooting star. This is one of my favorite bearish signals, and I rely on this one heavily, especially when I'm in a long position and I'm thinking about taking a profit or at least getting out of some of the position. So look, again, it looks very similar to a hammer, except turned upside down at the end of an upward leg. The color doesn't really matter that much. It's the fact that this long shadow that is 1.5 to 2 times the length of the body, that is the same for the hammer. The shadow has to be 1.5 to 2 times the length of the body to define it as such. When you see that long shadow above the candle, it means that the buyers tried really hard to rally it up. And again, the sellers came in with force and pushed the buyers back. The engulfing, it's one of the easier candles to recognize, as you will soon see. And there's a lot of different variations of this one based on, who the author is, who you're reading, the experience level. What I'm showing you is basically comparing the body of one candle to the body of the next. When you see a smaller body, again, there will be shadows on this, but I'm matching body to body. If a smaller body candle shows up and then on the very next day, a longer body shows up and engulfs or even eclipses the previous red body, that tends to be very bullish. I found this to be bullish 80% of the time. Don't take my word on that again. Go back and look at any chart. Put yourself through some recognition exercises. Go out there, look for bullish and bearish engulfing candles, and you'll see the result that most of the time the prices follow that particular candle. Again, this is a bullish engulfing. Big green engulfs the previous red. The opposite of that, bearish engulfing, is when you have a big red candle engulfing the previous green. Now, there are variations of this, as you can see here, where, remember the length or the height of that candle. Remember I said the motivation level on a big green candle like that is very motivated, but when you have a big green body that's engulfing not 1, not 2, or maybe perhaps 3, that is extremely bullish. So if you're thinking about shorting a stock or you have a bearish position, this is one you definitely want to keep your eye out for, because this will most definitely put a hurting on you if you're short, and it will limit your profits if you haven't covered those shorts. And again, through these videos, I'll show you what short trading is, how to trade options, and how to use the candles to match up those strategies. Looking straight down from there, a little bit different than what we've seen with this big long candle, but we still have a green body engulfing the previous red. On the bearish side, bearish engulfing the previous green. Here is a big red Marabuzzo engulfing 3 days of a rally. The spinning top is known as a candle that is more or less a sign of indecision. And again, like I said at the very beginning, the Japanese called it like they saw it. This looks like a little children's top or a dreidel of some sort. You have a small body. A lot of times the shadow is equal to the upper and lower shadow, but the opening and the close, remember, green, the close is going to be higher than the opening. Red, the close is going to be lower than the opening. It's usually a small body, and it tells a story. Again, during the day, the buyers try to push it back up, and by the end of the day, they tried to push it back down, and at the end, towards the close, it wound up in more or less neutral territory, no real commitment. I'll talk a little bit about volume in future videos and how it plays into how to read spinning tops. This is how it would look. A spinning top is usually a sign of indecision found at a pivot point or close to a pivot point. Again, these vertical lines represent more or less the price action, highlighting here a spinning top green body, spinning top red body. The color doesn't matter, but the positioning of the candle does. The doji is related to the spinning top. What is that? It's a nobody candle. It's a nobody. Yeah, it's when the opening and the close are equal, so there's no color. The high and the low is still represented in the shadows. The high of the day, the low of the day. This is just a long-legged doji, long shadows, still opening and close the same, sign of indecision. Those show up very similar to what we saw in the spinning tops, just like I saw here, and they usually show up very, very close or within close proximity of a low. Again, recognize these on your charts. Look at random charts and you'll find that dojis usually show up either exactly at a bottom or a top, or within 1, perhaps 2 days of a bottom or a top when forming a pivot point. So what I'm going to ask you to do, I'm going to give you a little homework. How about that? I don't normally do that, but after watching this video, what I'd like you to do is just pull up random charts and go look for the candles. Here is a bearish engulfing candle. Here is a bearish engulfing candle. Remember, I'm matching body to body. Here is a shooting star. Remember, the length of the shadow above is 1.5 to 2 times the length. Here is a hammer, the shadow down below at the end of this short downward leg of price action. Here is another hammer at the end of a downward leg. Shooting star at the end of an upward leg. You see this? Over and over and over again. Bearish engulfing candle right there at the top. What I tell our members to do is pull up at least 20 stocks a day. Let's say Monday is bullish engulfing Monday. So you're going to go look for the bullish engulfing candles that day. Right? Let's say Tuesday is Shooting Star Tuesday. You make it up whatever you want to do. Here's another shooting star. Here are the spinning tops. There's a doji. Remember what I said about a doji? Dojis usually show up at the exact top, so within close proximity of that pivot point. There we go. There's another little doji right there. You look 20 charts a day. It should take you mere minutes to do this. Bullish engulfing candle. See that? And what do we have here? Very close to a hammer. This is a hammer at the end of a downward leg, but I want to point that one out to you because I talk about the 80-20 rule all the time. 80% of the time, these candles work out in favor of where you think they're going to go, but 20% of the time, like this one, it doesn't. Bullish engulfing candle, followed by a hammer candle. When you see these within close proximity or bullish candles stacking up one after the next, you'll start to put this together, connecting the dots, and making sure that you're putting the odds in your favor. We will be using these in our risk management strategy. I will be pounding the table on risk management. You can be guaranteed about that. Risk management is the number one most important concept and principles that we have to follow. I have rules that are set in place for that. Trade with confidence, trade looking at the charts, and make sure that you're managing your risk properly. Thank you so much for watching. I had a good time presenting to you today. Hope you enjoyed watching. So long.